See this, special provisions relating to stores. Section 85 to section 90 deals with stores. Okay. Now, what is this stores, sir? Already I told you. Goods which are required for consumption. Goods which are required for consumption in the conveyance during the journey is known as stores. So please concentrate. The provisions relating to stores is given under section 85 to section 90. What is this stores? Goods for use in a vessel or aircraft. Goods for use in a vessel or aircraft. Example, fuel, spare parts, water, life jackets, life-saving equipments, eatables, all these will come under stores. It includes fuel, spare parts or other articles of equipment, whether or not they are for immediate fitting. That is the meaning of stores. Then we have some benefits in case of supply of goods as stores. Please concentrate. We have some benefits in case of supply of goods as stores to a foreign going vessel or a foreign going aircraft. What is a foreign going vessel or an aircraft? See the meaning. Any vessel or aircraft for the time being engaged in the carriage of goods or passengers between any port or airport in India and any port or airport outside India. So any aircraft or vessel which is carrying the goods or carrying the passengers from India to outside India is known as a foreign going vessel or aircraft. Easily we can understand. Whether touching any intermediate port or airport in India or not, and includes, even though it is not a foreign going vessel or aircraft, it should be treated as a foreign going vessel or aircraft. What is that? Any naval vessel of the foreign government taking part in any navy exercises. So any navy vessel of foreign country which is taking part in the navy exercises in India, that will also be called as a foreign going vessel or aircraft. Any vessel engaged in fishing or other operation outside the territorial waters is also considered as a foreign going vessel or aircraft. Any vessel or aircraft proceeding to a place outside India for any purpose will also be taken as a foreign going vessel or aircraft, even though it is not carrying any goods or passengers. So it is not a passenger transportation or goods transportation vessel or conveyance. So an empty vessel may also go, that will also be treated as a foreign going vessel or aircraft. Got it? So what is a foreign going vessel or aircraft? A vessel or aircraft which carries the goods or passengers from India to outside India. It includes three. Number one, so that is navy vessel of foreign government which is taking part in any navy exercises in India, or a vessel engaged in fishing or any other operations outside the territorial waters, and a vessel or aircraft proceeding to a place outside India even though it is not carrying any goods or passengers. Okay. Then section 85. So far what we have seen is the definitions. What is the meaning of stores and what is the meaning of a foreign going vessel or aircraft? Now what does 85 says? Stores may be allowed to be warehoused without assessment to duty. Like how goods are imported and kept in warehouse without payment of customs duty, stores can also be imported, means goods for consumption in the journey is stores. So that is coming in the vehicle. In aircraft, when a foreign aircraft is coming, there are some leftover stores, na? Correct or not here? When a foreign aircraft or a vessel is coming, the fuel leftover, the spare parts in that aircraft, all these will be called as the stores. So that is also imported. That is also imported. For example, a foreign aircraft is coming to India, there is some ATF, aviation turbine fuel in that aircraft. That ATF will be called as stores. And it is imported into India. But no need to pay customs duty, and you clear all those goods which are there in the aircraft, foreign going vessel or aircraft which is coming to India, and you please deposit that in the warehouse without payment of customs duty. Please see, where any imported goods are entered for warehousing and the importer makes and subscribes to declaration that goods are supplied as stores to vessels or aircraft without payment of import duty. What is this? That is, you are bringing some goods for what? For supply to the stores, and you are bringing some goods for supply to the stores, and you can deposit those goods in the warehouse without payment of any customs duty. Okay. Then transit and transshipment of stores. See, whenever the word used is goods, means any person who is importing goods which is given as stores. If stores is given, whatever is imported is stores. Any stores imported in a vessel or aircraft may without payment of duty remain on board such vessel or aircraft while it is in India. Any stores imported in a vessel or aircraft may with the permission of proper officer be transferred to any vessel or aircraft as stores for consumption therein as provided under section 87 or 90. Then section 87 says, imported stores may be consumed on board a foreign going vessel or aircraft. Any imported stores on board a vessel or aircraft other than stores to which section 90 applies may without payment of duty be consumed thereon as stores during the period such vessel or aircraft is a foreign going vessel or aircraft. What is this here? First, you should understand that there is an aircraft or a vessel which contains some stores, which contains some goods which is called as stores. It is coming to India. That is called as import? Yes, that is called as import. Now, whether any customs duty payable? No, as long as that is inside that foreign going vessel or aircraft, and whatever is there in that stores can be moved to the another foreign going vessel or aircraft subject to the permission of the customs officer. And we need to pay any customs duty? No, provided it is a foreign going vessel or aircraft. That is, it is coming and going, it's okay. But what if that is within India, that is going within India, then this benefit is not applicable, we need to pay customs duty. So, application of section 69, export of warehoused goods, and chapter 10, that is drawback provisions to stores. Export outside India taken on board any foreign going vessel or aircraft as stores. Imported stores exported as such without use, 100% drawback shall be allowed on fuel and lubricating oil taken on board any foreign going aircraft as stores. This way, if you read, you will never understand. This way, if you read, you will never understand this. So, there is a approach to it. So, you need to understand the logic first. Then you can learn the provisions. By mistake also, don't read these provisions, because this is how it is given in the study material. Okay. So, don't read it this way. You will be not able to understand what it is about. So, let's try to understand it in a different way in the form of a chart. So, give me 1 minute. I'll just open the chart. Yes. Say this. Say this. Import of goods is made by an importer. Hope it is visible to you. Hope this chart is visible to you. Import of goods by an importer. And what that importer is doing, he is supplying the goods to a foreign going vessel or aircraft. So, there is one person who imports the goods and supplies the same goods to a foreign going vessel or aircraft. And what are the options available to him? Option 1, imported goods can be kept in a special warehouse and cleared as stores without payment of any customs duty. So, whatever they are importing goods, that can be kept in a special warehouse without payment of customs duty and cleared as stores to a foreign going vessel or aircraft without any payment of customs duty. Because I told you, when any imported goods are supplied to a foreign going vessel or aircraft, it will not be chargeable to customs duty, because it is treated like export. It is treated as export, and for the purpose of GST, it is treated as zero rated supply. Got it? Any supply of goods to a foreign going vessel or aircraft will be treated as export, and for GST it is treated as zero rated supply. And what are the two options available to the importer? Importer can import the goods and can deposit the goods in a warehouse. Thereafter, it can be given to the foreign going vessel or aircraft without payment of any customs duty as stores. Or option 2, they can import by payment of customs duty. So they can pay customs duty and they can import, and thereafter they can supply it as stores to the foreign going vessel or aircraft. Now they will get refund. They will get refund. How much? For fuel they will get whatever duty they paid on import, 100%. For other goods they will get 98% refund. Understood or not? That is known as duty drawback. Import by payment of customs duty and supply it as stores and claim duty drawback. For fuel 100%, for other goods we get 98% duty drawback. Is it clear? Are you understanding this? Suppose sir, if that goods are supplied as stores to a vessel or aircraft for domestic transportation, then what will happen? That is not treated as export, that is treated as normal supply and chargeable to IGST. Now option 1, imported goods can be kept in warehouse, special warehouse, and cleared as stores upon payment of customs duty and avail IGST paid. So they can import in the warehouse, they can keep it in the warehouse, and then they will be selling it to these stores and they will pay customs duty. IGST can be taken as credit. And when they are supplying it, they need to pay GST. That IGST credit availed can be adjusted. Or option 2, they can clear it for home consumption, they can avail the IGST paid as ITC, and whenever they are supplying it as stores to the domestic vehicle or vessel, so then as stores, so they will be charging GST. Regular, normal provisions are applicable. Normal provisions are applicable. Is it clear or not? So this is in case of import of goods cleared to a foreign going vessel or aircraft, or vessel or aircraft for domestic transportation. Got it? So imported goods sold as stores. Then look into the next chart. Look into the next chart. There is a manufacturer who is importing some goods or who is making local purchases. There is a manufacturer who is importing goods and who is making local purchases. And using those goods he is manufacturing the finished goods, which are then supplied to a foreign going vessel or a foreign going aircraft, or a aircraft or vessel for domestic transportation. So now whenever the manufacturer import the goods, customs duty paid on import can be availed as duty drawback. And even with respect to local purchases, GST paid can be availed as ITC and adjusted against GST payable. So now that manufacturer is supplying it to foreign going vessel or aircraft or stores, which is exported or treated as zero rated supply under GST. Is it clear? Then whenever it is supplied as stores, chargeable to GST, that is to a domestic vessel or aircraft, when they are supplying, chargeable to GST, and it is not treated as export. Done? Next one. There is a shipping company or aircraft operator, what they import itself is stores. What they bring itself is stores. In the foreign going vessel or aircraft or any vessel or aircraft that is coming, it contains stores. So what is imported is stores. So far what we have discussed is what is imported is goods. Now what is imported itself is stores, and that is with respect to a supply to a foreign going vessel or aircraft, customs duty not payable on such imported stores. That is, whatever is coming as stores is used in a foreign going vessel or aircraft only, customs duty not payable. Suppose if that is used for domestic, for example, listen carefully, one flight is coming, Lufthansa, one flight is coming from outside India to India, some leftover fuel is there, that leftover fuel you use it only for foreign going vessel or aircraft, then it will not be chargeable to duty. Suppose if you take that fuel and use it for domestic transportation, means if the same flight you use it for domestic transportation, on that fuel whatever is left over, it is assumed to be imported into India and you need to pay customs duty. That is this point. Customs duty payable on such imported stores. Got it? So whatever is the provisions of that section 85 to 90, so that I converted into these three charts. So you need to remember these three charts, that will be sufficient. Now you read that, you will be in a position to understand. See that section 85, stores, that is any imported goods are entered for warehousing, and the importer makes and subscribes to a declaration that goods are supplied as stores to vessel or aircraft without payment of customs duty. Done? Then, so any imported goods can be kept in the warehouse and supplied as stores to the foreign going vessel or aircraft, and we don't have to pay any customs duty. Why? Because it is treated as export. Next, 86. We can move it from one vessel to another vessel, one aircraft to another aircraft, but it should be which aircraft or vessel? Only foreign going vessel or aircraft. Any stores imported. Now what is imported is stores in a vessel or aircraft may without payment of duty remain on board such vessel or aircraft while it is in India. Any stores imported in a vessel or aircraft may with the permission of the proper officer be transferred from one aircraft or vessel to another aircraft or vessel. For what purpose? To take it outside India only, not for domestic transportation. Imported stores may be consumed on board a foreign going vessel or aircraft only. They no need to pay customs duty. Suppose whatever is imported as stores, if you use it for domestic transportation, then you need to pay customs duty. Please see. Any imported stores on board a vessel or aircraft other than stores for which section 90 applies may without payment of duty be consumed therein on stores during the period such vessel or aircraft is a foreign going vessel or aircraft. Then section 88. So whenever you are supplying the goods as stores to a foreign going vessel or aircraft, it is treated as export. Okay, so export outside India means taken on board any foreign going vessel or aircraft or stores. So imported stores exported as such without any use. Sir, suppose if I want to pay customs duty, on import I pay customs duty, when you give it to the foreign going vessel or aircraft, then you will get duty drawback. How much duty drawback? In case of fuel, 100%, in case of other goods, 98%. That point we discussed. Section 89, stores to be free of export duty. So we don't have any export duty in case of supply of goods manufactured in India as stores. No need to pay any export duty. Customs duty on export not payable. Then concession in respect of imported stores for the Navy. Whatever we discuss now is even applicable for a naval vessel of India, because Indian naval vessel will not be called as a foreign going vessel or aircraft. So whatever discussion that we have made, the same is applicable to naval vessel of Indian government. So section 90 full discussion is applicable. Please see that even though Navy vessel of Indian government is not a foreign going vessel, but supplier of stores to such vessel is entitled for duty drawback. So same discussion is applicable for a foreign going vessel or aircraft to Indian Navy vessel. That is section 85 to section 90. So now these sections are only converted into a chart form like this. So this chart form, if you read, that will be sufficient for stores. So with this we completed this stores. Thank you. So if you have any doubts related to this discussion, you can ask here. Related to stores. Baggage you would have understood. I think you would have understood. So stores, if you are not having the clarity, you let me know. So this chart I will share with you today itself, so that you can keep it for reference. So this page, that provisions as well as this chart. Any doubts? Thank you. We'll meet in the next class.